All right, what's going on, guys? Ryder Cup Day 2 is upon us. The morning groups are going to go out, and let's look at, obviously, Team Europe's off to a great start. They're a very strong team. There's a lot of camaraderie. A big part of the success for Europe, though, is being at home. These crowds are really something else. We've seen they've been waiting since Whistling Straits. They miss Whistling Straits. Been waiting since Paris, 5 years for a lot of these Scottish fans, Irish fans, players, fans, golfers from around the world that love the game, that get to cheer on their country, Team Europe, and just be a part of these things. And I think there's an important aspect when you look at the matchup. Homa and Harman versus Straka and Lowry. Let's go through these matchups. We got 3 of the 4 we're going to look at here. But Brian Harman, we saw what he did at the Open Championship, right? If there's a player that can take on and weather the storm with these crowds and deal with these crowds and actually be spurred on to react well to them, it would be a player like Brian Harman. The other thing with him is that he's first in scrambling on the PGA Tour. This is a up and down kind of course. You see the contours of these greens, pretty tricky, pretty challenging, especially you get further away from the hole. This is a guy that knows how to get up and down from anywhere, basically. It's tried and tested. And now you've got his partner. There's a lot of players out of form in the American team, not Max Homa. 5 top 10s in the last 5 starts. He was a T7 in what would have been a three-peat in Napa. He's really been on form. But the thing about Homa, there's so many advantages he brings, but he is first in par 3 scoring. He's first in bounce back on the PGA Tour. When you play in foursomes and you've got players together, you're matched up, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. There's going to be some bogeys. He can bounce back like the best of them. He is the best in that category. It's a huge thing, I think, for this week. So when you look at those two, they are going to be a really formidable pairing. To both top putters on the PGA Tour, 6th in putting. That's what you need in match play, and that's what you get out of Max Homa. As well with Harman, he is 21st in putting to go with that. So I think over time, over 18 holes, this will come together and really be a good bet for you. At plus 100, take Homa and Harman over Straka and Lowry. I think Lowry's a great player. He's so excitable. You saw his reactions. I think he's really using up a lot of energy, and that's not going to be helpful as he goes for this win tomorrow. So I think you got to go for Harman and Homa. Beyond Harman and Homa, I'm looking at other players here. Rory McIlroy and Tommy Fleetwood. The Fleetwood Mac is just such a perfect combination. The personality is just dead on, right? These guys are just, you can tell it's the right combination, right? They're both great iron players, which helps, right? They're complementing each other. Great strengths there. They're both good scramblers, also good drivers as well. When it comes down to beating Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, the big thing here will be driving accuracy. Tommy Fleetwood is up there. He's ranked 53rd in driving accuracy on the PGA Tour. If you look at JT and Jordan Spieth, Jordan is ranked 119th, JT's 140th on the PGA Tour. And the way they were able to win, there's some pivotal holes, pivotal par 5 specifically, the 9th. You look at the 12th, the way they were able to win their match on Friday is JT hit the fairway, and it was advantage Team USA. They were able to get the win on that hole. They went 2 up on the next hole. So on par 5s, you've got to be able to hit these fairways to be able to attack the greens, not have to lay up. And I think over time, JT and Justin, their driving accuracy is not strong enough to get them there. Rory's not the best. He's 155th, but he's first in distance, and that's going to make a difference in this match when you put him with Fleetwood and the way they match well so well together. So we'll see how this comes together. But I think at negative 140, you've got to go with Rory and Tommy in this one. Plus 160 if you go JT and Jordan. But I'm telling you, Rory is on fire this week, and it's the right personality combination, and plus a great putter with the likes of Tommy Fleetwood, top 15 in shots gained putting this year on the PGA Tour. Really good matchup for those two. Go with them. Last matchup, we're going Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton against Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele. I get it. Schauffele and Cantlay are 5-1 in foursomes play over both events, right? Ryder Cup and President's Cup. But I think the strongest matchup you could have, the strongest pairing in the Ryder Cup, the absolute strongest pairing in the Ryder Cup is Jon Rahm and Tyrrell Hatton. Why do we say that? Well, the yin and the yang. They've got the perfect combination with iron play and putting, and the way Tyrrell's a top 10 putter, John Rahm is a top 7 iron play guy on the tour. Rahm also rises to the occasion, as we saw yesterday. He's got that fire. Hatton's got a ton of fire as well. And then on top of that, Hatton is one of the best players, most informed players that are in this event. He was tied for second in his last start at the BMW PGA. By one shot, he missed out on getting into a playoff there. So you have the hottest, number 3 in the world, Jon Rahm, who's a god in Ryder Cup play. And you've got, probably the hottest player, or one of the hottest players outside of Victor Hovland, that's paired with them. This is too good of a group, and they're going to get it done. They're at plus 110. Take that to the bank here this week. Hope you guys have been enjoying these wrap-ups and these previews, and subscribe if you like this content, and it'll be a great Ryder Cup. Hope you enjoyed day 2 out there. Marco Simone in Rome.